Hey YouTube, this is TheAdminShines in video, and today in this video being review on The Mandalorian Season 1. So it took me a while to watch the whole series because I don't know, after the first episode I kind of just got like turned off the show because I don't know, the first episode, Chapter 1, I didn't really like too much. But then after Chapter 2, Episode 2, all the way to Episode 8, it was just really good. Those 7 episodes I loved. Um, Episode 1 and 8 have a lot of similarities, like with Episode 1, there's like all the aliens surrounding the Mandalorian, IG-11, I think. Yeah, IG-11. And then same thing with Episode 8, except it's the stormtroopers surrounding. Um, but except now IG-11 in Episode 8 is trying to the save Baby Yoda instead of kill him, like the first episode. And also in the first episode, IG IG-11 tried to like self-destruct, but then um, the Mandalorian didn't let him self-destruct uh, because he didn't want to die then. But then in Episode 8, he didn't want IG-11 to self-destruct because he didn't want IG-11 to die. But then IG-11's like, no, I'm not droid and I'm not human. It doesn't matter. I can die. So then he goes and self-destructs, and that was kind of like a little weird because the Mandalorian always hates droids, and he hated IG-11 the whole time. So yeah, it's kind of weird that he just likes him randomly there. And I was also kind of like, just let him die because he's just a droid. So that was a little weird. So episode 2, what happened in episode 2? Mandalorian fights and kills a group of rival bounty hunters who ambush him near the Nightcrawler. What happens? Oh yeah, the Mudhorn. Yeah, so the Jawas and everything. I liked episode 2. It was kind of like a little funny. Some of these episodes were kind of filler, but they also did a few things. Like the the episode with the prisoner. This episode was just all filler. Nothing really happened that advanced the story. Like episode 2, the thing that happened to advance the story um, was his ship being fixed. Episode 3, the thing that advanced the story. Um, wait, let me just read them. Sorry for the noise that was recently in the background though. Mandalorian delivers the child to client Navarro. Okay, so he gives it to him. Episode 3 is basically like him trying to basically get back the kid because he gives it to the people, and then he gets him back. Which I swear I thought I heard the guy call it Baby Yoda a girl, but then he started calling it him. It's like, no, don't kill her, and then he started calling it him. So I don't know. Um, Chapter 4, Sanctuary. Oh yeah, this one was basically them trying to find a home and advanced story because then you meet the girl, which eventually helps him in the end. But episode 5, the Gunslinger. Um, Oh, is this the one with the bounty hunter that betrays him? Okay, I don't know what that guy was thinking because, you know, he couldn't kill the girl bounty hunter on his own. So what makes him think that? But what makes him think that he could kill the Mandalorian on his own then? And then he goes and like kills the girl that he was supposed to return, and then he goes and just like that was like the safe option because that he would at least be rewarded, but he doesn't know if he would be able to capture the Mandalorian or not, which he totally failed. He just died like immediately. And I actually like the old lady and stuff that's taking care of Baby Yoda. I liked her character. That was really cool. In Chapter 6, the prison, I did like it, but again, didn't really advance the story, unless it advances in uh, season 2, which I'm guessing maybe Boba Fett or someone. We're gonna see Boba Fett or someone in season 2 because I think it was like Jon Favreau or someone said that we're gonna see characters from the movies come back or come to appear, but there probably won't be like big characters like Luke and stuff. Well, yeah, and there was also a person that was like by the female's body that we see in the end. Who was that? Is that supposed to be Gideon or who was that? Because it's kind of like a cowboy's like the weird wheel thing on the back, the blade of their boots. So yeah, I liked the episode, but it didn't really advance. And I liked how he just like totally screwed them over because he put the thing on Quinn and stuff. I like that. And I thought he killed all of them, but the bald guy was just like such an a-hole. I hated him the whole time. Chapter 7, The Reckoning. So this is when we first meet Gideon. Um, what happened? what happens with Mandalorian receives a message from Grief Karga. Oh yeah, so this is like where we don't know if we can trust him or not, and he kind of turns around and kills those two bounty hunters that are supposed to help him. And then basically Gideon gets like his own guys killed, like the guy from episode 1 killed, and it's like what? And then episode 8, I like the two stormtroopers like trying to shoot the little like can thing or whatever on the when they have Baby Yoda and like the speed bikes and stuff. That was really funny because it just kept missing. It's just kind of calling to like them always missing. And then we see the dark saber, that Gideon has a dark saber, which is kind of cool because it relates to the Mandalorians. And oh yeah, and like how the Jedi were once like aligned with the Mandalorians, but then after a while, because the first year the dark saber was in the Jedi temple, and then the Mandalorians like decades later were like, hey, you stole the dark saber from us, because they didn't know their history and stuff, and then that's why they hated each other, and that's why the one Mandalorian told the Mandalorian that basically the Jedi's are like sorcerers and stuff, and that are evil. And we see his face, but it's not really much. Also, it's kind of weird how they don't know anything about Jedi's. It's like one, shouldn't you like at least know the legend of the Jedi or whatever, or sorcerers, if you don't necessarily know who they are? But everyone should know who they are though, because like that's who the Separatists were fighting. So all those super battle droids that attacked their village when you were a kid, that's who their main target was, the Jedi, or like the people who were in charge of the battle droids and stuff. I liked all the flashbacks. So we got to see super battle droids which we haven't seen in a long time on screen. So that's really cool. Hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe for more episodes. Oh yeah, and he got a jetpack, and he kind of just knew how to use it immediately, which was a little weird, but whatever. Peace out.